away from Vietnam almost exactly a year ago. I love living in China, but I do miss Vietnam almost every day. And a big part of that was the food. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner were highlights of my day, so I wanted to put together this video of a typical day of meals in Vietnam.
No chili peppers for me. It's a little early.
So I'm eating this out of the comfort of my own home, but obviously it comes in a nice little package. You can eat it on the move, while you're walking around. A nice stroll in the morning is always good with a banh mi. Or you go to a park, sit in a park. Or you can even go to a cafe, get a coffee. People don't mind if you sit in their cafe and bring your own sandwich. Very good. The French were actually the ones to introduce sandwiches to Vietnam. Before that, they didn't really have bread. Vietnamese sandwich or a banh mi is a lot different than a normal sandwich. The bread is actually made with rice flour and wheat flour, so it's a little bit kind of softer on the inside, but crispy on the outside. There are a ton of different kinds of banh mi. Rotisserie pork like this, beef, just the egg, fish, pate, cha loa, which is kind of a Vietnamese kind of ham, pork, belly, anchovies. If you just want cheese, like Laughing Cow cheese. It's really good. And cheap. It was $13,000 for this. So sit down at a cafe, bring along a banh mi, and you're looking at $25,000 for breakfast.
Lunchtime, so it's about 11 a.m. It's kind of early for lunch for a lot of people, but it's actually a great time to go for lunch in Vietnam. Most people get up really early here because of the heat. Food is kind of the freshest around then. You'll notice in Vietnam lots and lots of signs that say com, C-O-M, and that means rice. Sometimes it'll actually say com tam, sometimes it'll say com trua. I'm gonna go get some com tam. It means rice, broken rice. At one time, broken rice was like the go-to cheap meal because the rice was actually leftover rice from the rice factory that wasn't full, it was broken. And so they could buy it for cheaper. And so it's just smaller grains of rice basically. But now they actually make broken rice, so they'll take normal rice and break it up because it's become somewhat trendy. When I say I'm going for broken rice, it means I'm going to a place that serves rice with meat, vegetable, soup. If you see a place and there's smoke billowing out of it, they're grilling up fresh, probably pork and maybe some chicken. And those are always good because it is cooked fresh. But a lot of places will have counters just filled with food, fish, pork, chicken, seafood, all kinds of different stuff. And you just kind of go up to the glass counter, point at what you want, and they'll throw it down on a plate for you with some rice. Okay. And we're gonna sit down. I got the pork ribs. You get a little vegetables on the side. You get some greens over here as well. You can eat that. Some people wrap the meat in the herbs in the lettuce. Pente?
25.000 anh.
25. Rồi, cảm ơn. Cảm ơn. Bye bye. So I was in and out of there probably 5 minutes. It's a really fast food kind of experience. What's the plan now, Stinky? Get some dinner. Let's see. We could go to the night market where it's Lai Li, the food is cheap, and there's usually a decent variety of meats, rice, noodles, and vegetables. Or we could even do a specialty night market, like the side street in Hanoi that I like to call Bacon Alley. It is all, well, it's not all, but it's mostly bacon. I'm already filled on bacon. I've already ate so much of it. There's still like a big ball of bacon there left. We could try some of the specialties of the area. Banh can and dalat. Bun cot and bung tao. All sorts of amazing imperial food from Hue. Or maybe we should just head to a Bia Hoi place, where we can get cheap draft beer and fill our stomachs with tasty bar food. Vietnam's 3,260 kilometer coast means great seafood. We could head to a seafood restaurant. Maybe something right on the water with freshly killed fish and shellfish. Look at that tamarind, nice and sweet, garlic. Or how about a barbecue restaurant where we can grill up our favorite meat right at the table? It's kind of what makes the restaurant great. I better help Sarah, so. If you're not that hungry, we could just get a bowl of soup, maybe hoo tu or pho. Whatever we decide on, it's sure to be fresh, balanced, delicious, and probably pretty cheap.
40,000 for that. That's like $2.
Thanks for watching to the end. If you are interested in Vietnamese food, if you want to learn more, you can get my guide. It has over 75 dishes and it is packed full of information, photos, everything you need to travel Vietnam, try a variety of dishes. It even has a food dictionary that'll help you decipher any Vietnamese menu. And it's completely free, so that's free's good.